Hello, I'm PS3 and welcome back to the video. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you took 1,000 Minecraft villages and you compacted them together in as small an area as humanly possible? I know the answer to that question is probably no, but I personally have wondered this, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you exactly what it does look like, as well as answering some of the questions that I immediately have when I see this thing for the first time, because it is a very strange sight to behold, especially with the, the biomes peeking through, and I figured why not talk about it and explain it in today's video, because this is a cool custom map that I will be playing at some point in the future, so let's explain it today. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Like the video if you do, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let's know you do like seeing the crazy maps like this one here. So with that said, let me start by saying this was actually made by Stealthy Expert. There's he's actually been helping me out with a lot of like weird mods I've been wanting to try with Minecraft on the console recently, because again you can only mod maps on Minecraft console, but there's a lot of stuff you can do just by playing around with the blocks in the world, and one of those things is taking as many villages as you can and layering them on top of each other. So yeah, what I have today is a world that isn't just like villages layered on top of each other, but because of a miscommunication that I think actually makes this cooler, it's actually a 256 by 256 world. That's right, after that there is nothing, just the endless void, and I think that's a really interesting second dynamic to add to the fact that there's already villages just kind of stacked on top of each other, multiple layers wide. So yeah, you can see it gets pretty bizarre at the edge here, but yeah, for the most part this is a world with all of these villages all combined together, and let's get straight into talking about what's going on here, because yeah, this is a world I wanted to create because so many people have seen the I think it's like the iconic image of like all the villages like stretching into each other, and they think, wow, at some point is that ever possible in Minecraft? But the truth is that you can never find something like that in Minecraft because there are minimum spacing distances on villages. The reason for this is because most villages have like a certain distance where they attach to one village, and if you have villages too close together too consistently, then villagers have no idea which village they're really a part of. And this is something that when you artificially push all the villages together, you actually run into on an even higher level. And in fact, actually, to get this map to run at all on console, you'll notice it's a little bit frame droppy. I mean, not too much for the video, but you might notice if you ever do decide to download it yourself. But basically, yeah, this map is a little bit frame droppy even right now, and this is after removing 95% of the villages. So yeah, the way this map kind of like works thematically, and the way I think it'll kind of work when I play it at some point in the future for like again like a live stream or something, is basically it is lots of villages compacted in this very futuristic city urban environment. Again, NPC villages are like this very not prehistoric, but like this very old and days form of like how people live together, whereas this is more like a megapolis, a city, like a giant urban area of just lots of houses built into each other. These are basically, this is basically what happens if you try to take lots of, layers and build them into apartment buildings. You get this very strange effect, which you're seeing right now. And yeah, although there's a lot of weird glitches where, because basically villagers can't generate properly into each other, you get a lot of weird glitches where like, oh, I guess this generates like that, and I guess, like all the buildings like on top of each other. I think the actual kind of end result is you get this very like, again, it feels like just lots of stuff came together in a way that it doesn't feel too much unlike, like this super, I guess a post-apocalyptic scenario where, oh yeah, there was just this giant disaster, and although everything's just about fine now, you can see certain stuff has overgrown through it, because one of the key things about making this a survival map, because bear in mind, again, it's 256 by 256 area, there isn't much to do beyond this area right here, is making sure you have access to all the resources that you otherwise would need, because NPC villages, by themselves are a nice bonus, but the funny thing is if you have just NPC villages, you start to run out of like exactly what you can do with a given space. So the way that's compensated for is with a couple of different methods. The first one is the fact that, by the way, look at the way these two things combined. There's so many weird glitchy elements like this one, because villages aren't meant to collide with each other on this severe level. Again, these are two separate villages generating at the same time. It was a very complex generation algorithm, but to make all this stuff happen at the same time, you get weird stuff where this half generated, and then, the crops came in, and you get weird stuff like that. But yeah, so basically, like I was saying, so as well as having access to any crops you want and any trees and stuff, because all the biomes do pop through, and this means including stuff like, oh yeah, guess what? Mushrooms will spawn because this is a mushroom biome, but as well as being like that, you can also have access to villager trades. So every villager, as I understand it, has been custom made for this map. I just found a villager in one of these houses a second ago, but yeah, every villager has been like custom made, custom named, and it really does feel like this, again, this scenario where like there was this giant city here at one point, most of the people have died, but some of the villages are surviving just fine, and how you would in a kind of, again, like post-apocalypse style thing, there are like they're all doing just fine. They're actually like just about existing and getting by, which is very fascinating stuff. Again, it was just over here somewhere. I saw it earlier. I got a little bit distracted, and now I've lost the villager. But still, there are a few villagers dotted around. Again, more than 90% of them have been removed, because one thing you've got to bear. Oh, there we go. We found one just out here. It was near the horses. That's where it was. As you can see, they've all got names. This one is the Lucky Dog too, and they all have or some of them have bizarre trades built into them to make the trading mechanic a very big thing. Because you've got to imagine when you have a map that is this big and has this many things, one of the big parts of it is having the trading. But as well as that, Certain chests have been changed to be, from villager chests. So as well as having like, oh yeah, here's a blacksmith chest over here that might not even be a regular blacksmith chest, but yeah, as well as having regular blacksmith chests, you also get ones with certain, extra loot which you couldn't otherwise get. So sea lanterns in this case. In this case, as you can see, it's a very bizarre mix of things. Certain chests are made to be the ones you find in the end city. So for instance, you'll find stuff like enchanted diamond armor, very rarely, and it means that there's a real reason to explore this entire place. Like it's a custom map with an interesting idea. Again, I really like the idea by itself, but it also has that second layer to it, which is that, oh yeah, there are, you actually want to explore it because things have been custom put in here to make even that element of the game way more interesting. And there's also a few other like custom blocks, like you might have seen some slime blocks earlier, I think, over there. There was a beacon around the place. I think I saw an enchantment table and a brewing stand just over here somewhere. But because all of this stuff is kind of like layered together in this bizarre way, it means you have to learn your way around this map. Again, I think it's a much more cleverly put together kind of custom map thing, and I think it's going to be a great fun thing to play. So yeah, again, at some point I will be playing this on a live stream, and if you want to play it yourself, I should have a download in the description. Again, download maps. I know like only like 0.5% of you can do it, but like people always ask me anyway, so if you do want to do it, that's the case. If you do want to just see the map being played and see how this works out, then make sure you check out the live stream when I next do it. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 PM, and that's a little thing right there. So before I go and just say, oh yeah, this is cool, let's go check it out that time, let me just explain a few more elements of it, because there's one, because of the borders of the world, this is something that I'm going to be using for another map in the future, but that accidentally got applied here. But I think it adds the very interesting element of like, yeah, you end up at the very edge of the map, and then you can fall off, but it also means that you can like use this edge of the map to see exactly what's going on the inside. So bear in mind, this isn't just a, your bog standard regular world, it's actually got a few other, modified features. So one of my favorite ones is the fact that the stronghold isn't a real stronghold, it's like a mausoleum or something like that. As you can see, it intersects with this ravine right here, and it's, again, it's going to be more interesting than a regular one to find, I think. And there's also a few other bizarre little structures, such as, oh yeah, over here there is some random nether blocks, or like, if you look around anywhere, oh, here's a mob spawner too. Everything has been changed very slightly to make the experience just feel a little bit different. So yeah, I think this is going to be one of the cooler custom maps that you can play if you're into that sort of thing, and I'm looking forward to doing so myself. Again, I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 PM UK time. If you don't know what UK time is, it's GMT 0, or just Google UK, what is 8 PM UK time, and it'll tell you what it is in your local time zone right now as of you, Googling it on that thing. So there's a handy way to know that, and in the meantime, I hope you did all enjoy today's video. Like it if you did like it, because it helps out the channel, and let's know that you are enthralled by this as much as I am. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. The video generating algorithm is a little bit strange sometimes, but I hope you all enjoyed it, because I'll see you all next time. Bye!